Yo, hey guys, it's Beast, back with some more Beastly content, and today I wanted to cover something that I haven't heard anyone really cover. So, I did recently cover how to actually get a Silver Gentleman, but today I actually wanted to cover the 100% power and the whole reason why everybody wants a Silver Gentleman. How to obtain 100% power. We're going to go a little bit in depth into Deviation traits today. Now we're mainly focusing on the Silver Gentleman's traits and the extra dimensional space cat, as well as which space cats you're actually needing to be pairing with your Nutcracker to even be doing any good, because the cat itself actually doesn't have a base perk that does anything. The Silver Gentleman Nutcracker, however, will always have the Silver Gentleman Nutcracker, so it will always have its base perk. So we're going to talk about good and bad traits to get on your Nutcrackers and your cat, but once again we're going to start with the cat. So for the cat, first things first, here's something absolutely mandatory. So either it needs to be a Moon Dream or a Moonlit extra dimensional space cat. Only these variants of the extra dimensional space cat actually have a 20% chance to recover 15 power to all deviants while dormant. So once again, Moonlit or Moon Dream. So the first thing I'm actually going to go ahead and do on here, now that we are actually in the game here, is just go ahead and just check out what Moonlit deviations we currently have. So I don't actually think I have any on me, but I think if I actually go look over here, we can go see here. So as you can see here, Moonlit Jewels, that is one of them, and it's feeling blue, so I do believe that's actually a negative trait. We'll talk about the negative positive traits as well. So there's a Good Fortune one, also not it. So let's keep going. Good Fortune does not count, like I said. Daydreaming Moonlit Jewels. So we got Moonlit and we got Moonlit. So it looks like the only thing we're having so far is actually just Moonlit. Now, once again, Moonlit. Good Fortune, also not it. Alrighty, so as you can see here, the only thing we actually have that we actually are going to be able to use is the Siamese looking ones with the little blue eyes. So Growing Pains 3 and Cheer Up 2. Both of these are good positive traits, so we'll go ahead and talk about the positive traits. As you can see, we have one right here, but it's Feeling Blue 1. We'll talk about positive and negative traits now. So let's go ahead and start with the good bonus traits. So the secondary trait that you might want. So a good one is Stable Energy, max energy increased by 30. That's actually possible on an extra dimensional space cat. You can also get what is Growing Pains 1, 2, or 3. Now this is a 30%, a 40%, or a 50% increase to power. Now you want to try and match up whatever perk that your Silver Gentleman has with the same level on your Moonlit extra dimensional cat actually. So once again, Moonlit cat right here with Growing Pains 3, Cheer Up 2, and then if we had to, we could do Feeling Blue 1, though you really don't want to have to do that. Oop, there's another Growing Pains 3 actually, so we do have 2 with Growing Pains 3. We're probably going to end up pulling those in, because I think I actually have some gingers out right now, like completely unusable ones, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. But once again, for good traits, there's also Heartthrob. This one's really cool. When its deviation power decreases, there's a 10% chance that other territorial deviations also lose deviation power. However, when the deviant is dormant and regaining mood, there's a 10% chance that other territorial deviations receive mood plus 5. So that is about everything you need to know for the cat. So it has to be Moonlit or what was the other one? It's either Moon Diamonds or Moonlit Jewels. So I've actually never seen a Moonlit Diamonds, but I've gotten the Moonlit Jewels a couple times. So here's the deal. This cat that we actually have here, this is literally just a Growing Pain 1's cat. So this cat is actually completely worthless. So we're actually going to go ahead and remove it and get another one transferred in here. So as you can see here, I think this was actually working, but only because of this guy. And as you can see here, he's completely out of power now. Here's another quick little tip here. So let's go ahead and talk about the Silver Gentleman's trait for a second. The appearance of the deviation, it has a 25% chance to restore 10 mood to other territory deviations when recovering mood while dormant. So automatically activate when deviation power is greater than 30 currently. However, you can actually turn that up to 140 right here. So people talk about how you need to have like these traits actually matching and things like that. So not really. So first of all, it's got to be the right space cat. So as you can see, we actually had the wrong one. So I'm gonna load up an alt. I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, so I did go ahead and get an alt loaded up. I've got 3 of the Moonlit Jewel cats actually loaded into my game now. So I want to go ahead and check this out here. So as you can see here, max mood plus 40 and recovery speed plus what is -5. So that doesn't really matter. Here's the thing, we're going to set this one to 100% as well, and we're going to take a look at this. So when it is dormant and recovering energy, it will actually have a 20% chance to restore 15 deviant power to other territory deviations. So the appearance when it's recovering energy while dormant, so this activity effects. You know, that should be it. So we're gonna leave that at not refreshed actually, because as you can see there, it's at 140, and then we're gonna leave this one cranked up at 140, and I think we're actually gonna boost it up. So that one should continue to restore. This one we'll refill it. I'm not 100% sure on that, because see, that's the thing, they need to be dormant. This one will not activate until its power is actually greater than 140. So while dormant and while recovering mood, has a 25% chance to restore 10% mood to other territory deviations. And then for this one, 20% chance to restore 50% deviation power to other territory deviations. So once again, as its mood goes up, it's actually going to increase the power to everybody else, and that one's going to increase the mood, and they should go back and forth and actually keep everybody at 100% now. So this should actually be my last time of having to go through and actually do any refreshes on this set. This should be a pretty much perfect Silver Gentleman and Nutcracker. Like I said, you can actually adjust their energy meter to where they do not activate until 100%. And when you actually do that, it'll actually cause it to where, you know, they actually work longer and keep your energy up to 100%. So I'm pretty certain I've actually set up one of this little setups here to actually do that. So I'm actually going to go on to the rest of them now, and we're just going to check out and see what cats we currently got out with our Nutcrackers and just see what's going on. That set there is actually really, really good. I am going to also go ahead and tell you there are actually like good and bad traits. So max deviation power -10%. As you can see, it's really not a big deal when you have everything else being handled. That one is a negative trait. However, if it's just on someone like this, I guess you can see max mood plus 100 or plus 40, deviation power, recovery speed -5%, but also it has lazy bones, working speed -5% for territorial deviations. Does suck to have lazy bones, but once again, it's not a big deal as long as you have the 100% power. And the main thing is the Moonlit Cat and the Silver Gentleman Nutcracker. And once again, Worn Out 2. Hopefully we have Cheer Up 2 on the Nutcracker. Alrighty, so this one's interesting. We have Cheer Up 3 actually. Now, what's really good about this is the fact that we actually have a Cheer Up 3 Moonlit Jewels cat. So only the owner can perform the action. I'm wondering which account actually has that Moonlit Jewels, because that is a level 2, and this is the worst part about skin shares. This is really gonna hurt my feelings. The skin share system's a little buggy, so you can get it to work sometimes and get like extra shares, but then they don't want to hold sometimes. So we're just gonna go ahead and get the alt over here and get a Growing Pains 3, or not a Growing Pains 3, but a, so what's this one? This one's not Growing Pains, is it? It's Cheer Up 3, right? So one second. Alrighty, and as you can see there, we actually do have Growing Pains 3 here, max deviation power plus 50. So we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. We're just gonna go ahead and crank that right there, and then we're gonna go over to this guy as well, and we're gonna do the same thing. Oh man, that is driving me crazy, but here we go. So 100 there on that, and then yeah, so these two should also be a good set. I'm not 100% sure on that, but these two should also be a pretty good set. We will see how they are actually going to handle everything, but it's the bare minimum. They need to be the Moonlit Jewels, and they also need to be, you know, you don't want the negative traits, but you can deal with them. I really would not suggest taking any negative traits on your cat, though. The cat is the main one that you don't want to worry about. Now, there, once again, other deviations do have like traits that will automatically restore mood, like the electric eel, for instance, actually has a trait that'll do that. So, once again, This is not the right one. So we're gonna try. I don't know if it's gonna let me. We're gonna try to put this back down. Thank goodness. So once again, we do have a moonlit that was like number 2. This one's a number 3. So I guess we're gonna stick a terrible trait there, but at least it'll be moonlit. And then we're gonna adjust this one as well. Alrighty, and we're just gonna go ahead and set this to the full 150 here. Once again, I'm not really sure on if they actually need to be like the exact same ones for it to work all the time. I do know it can get out of sync because of that, but I'm thinking you can still have it work out, especially with the whole being able to limit power to a certain number. So that's good for that one. We're actually going to go down here now and check on this one. I was thinking this one was also completely wrong. Doesn't look like it has anything but good fortune. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this one as well. Once again, only the owner can perform this. Now here's the good thing about this one. This one's actually built on, whoop, that's not gonna work. This one's actually built on the alts plot. It should just let me place it here, but for some reason it's not going to. So I'll see you in just a second. Here's what we're gonna do. Real quickly, we're just going to drop some materials. And I'll be back once I get this rebuilt on the alt for this same account. Alrighty, so here we are on the alt. I'm just real quickly going to get this deviation cell placed down. So chloral armor actually saved us there. I'm thinking that's the only thing that's actually going to save us there. We are going to go ahead and get this down. I'm wondering, I don't think any of these have actual like deviation selection boxes or anything either. So we'll check just real quickly. Okay, so I'm not sure what other account we actually have moonlets on, but I do know I have one with a moonlit with growing pains 3, so I do actually want to go get that eventually and place it down. So I'm gonna get back to the main and see you in a second. Alrighty, so here we are over here on the other character. This was my Man of His Perma-Service character, but now it's kind of just a limbo character. But we're gonna go ahead and check out and see if maybe there was any cats that we missed. I was actually thinking I pulled them all here. The other thing is I do actually have some other alts to check as well. I do believe that's what we're gonna work on next. Alrighty, so at least we have an extra dimensional space cat that is at moonlit now. I do believe it actually has worn out too, so max activity score -10, but since we have worn out 2, we should also be getting a mood -10. Now once again, we're going to set this at 100% here because that's where we want to leave that at, but as you can see here, they're both, you know, kind of actually maxing out already. So we're going to set this as well to a don't activate unless you're at 90 sort of situation there. That way that they just consistently stay dormant. That's one of the key things there. Once again, there's not too much to this. We are going to go ahead and get on to the rest of them. We're going to go ahead and make sure everybody has a moonlit. Now, the thing is, I'm probably going to have to get some more moonlits. I was actually worried for a minute there that we were actually going to get some sooner. So, did I check this one out? Was this one already a moonlit, or was there something wrong with this one as well? Okay, so this one is a moonlit. I did swap this one out, and it's set up. So this one's set up. So, we should be good now. Everything should start recovering. So yeah, everything's at a pretty decent mood already. So all of this should eventually get to 140. Like they should all max out eventually. We will see. But they should. So let's go ahead and check this out now. We'll see what this one's looking like once again because of the whole situation. So that has a negative trait, actually feeling blue 1, but it's not that big a deal. You just means you need the negative trait of correlation. So yeah, when resting by water, it gains mood recovery speed plus 35%. So we need at least one more moonlit here. I've actually kind of ran out of ideas of where to find another moonlit. Now the thing is, I'm thinking that on one of the alts actually. So these should be just locked to the account now. I actually think I can go ahead and use them. I was thinking one of them had a moonlit jewels on it, so we'll go ahead and check that real quickly. We'll see if we can use these or if they're stuck in Eternal End forever and then they're going to be account locked deviations no matter what. But it'd be nice if I could actually use these boxes now. And once again, I was pretty certain. Okay, so yeah, they're not going to be. And then doesn't look like I can inherit them in. They would be 400 a piece though. So that really does suck. Oh well, this is a default preset. That's wild. Okay, anyway, so that really does suck. I really wish I could pull those boxes in. They're kind of useless, I guess, until like another season starts and I can actually pull those in. I do need at least one more moonlit here though, but yeah, that's the main thing, is just making sure it's a moonlit or so once again, it's either moon diamond or moonlit jewels. So I've actually only seen the moonlit jewels to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure these are all moonlit jewels, not moonlit diamond. I don't think I've actually seen the other moonlit. I've only seen moonlit jewels. So this is the most common one. This is the one I think you can actually get out of the deviation boxes. It does look like we're actually gonna have to find some more of them. So let's go back over traits one more time. So once again, good bonuses for a interdimensional space cat would include stable energy, growing pains 1, 2, or 3, and once again, you're gonna want to try and actually sync it up with the like ability that the Nutcracker's getting. So like if the Nutcracker has a -10 secondary trait, then you're also going to want a -10 secondary trait on your moonlit jewels cat. But the main thing is that it's a moonlit jewels cat. They can become out of sync when their secondary traits are a little bit different and they have just a little bit different variation. However, the main thing is that it's a moonlit cat, so that it's actually doing any sort of a job of recovering mood or energy. Same with the actual Silver Gentleman Nutcracker. It has to be a Silver Gentleman Nutcracker, but you probably already knew that. The other thing is the extra dimensional cat has to be a moonlit jewels or a moon diamond, apparently. Haven't seen one yet, but we'll see. So the other thing is on to the good old Nutcracker. So once again, the Nutcracker doesn't really matter. You're kind of just wanting to get your traits to be synced up. So you want, like, if you have growing pains 3 on the Nutcracker, the combination on the extra dimensional cat. So let me go ahead and name what is actually called on the Nutcracker real quickly. So for the Nutcracker, first of all, you have to have Silver Gentleman, and then for good traits, you can get Cheer Up 1, 2, or 3, which is max mood plus 30, 40, or 50%. Once again, you want to sync it up with the moonlit that you have. If it has growing pains 1, you're going to want to get yourselves Cheer Up 1 on your Nutcracker. Heartthrob is another great one. Once again, it's the only other trait that actually increases an additional amount of energy. So if you can actually get Heartthrob on your Silver Gentleman and your moonlit, that would probably honestly be your best bet for secondary traits. Now, that being said, I have not seen Heartthrob very easily. Now, Heartthrob is actually also possible on other deviations. I'm going to leave a link down below to a full list of the negative and the positive traits that deviations can have, because you can actually perk it out to where even your Growshroom and your electric eels, your atomic snails, everyone is actually doing something absolutely crazy to be boosting even more energy in your territory, making your deviations work harder, produce more materials. There's even a perk for the Mini Wonder, actually, that will increase your load by 15%, if you did not know that, during clearing of settlements. So just wild. I love the trait system in this game, and it's really the end game of deviations. People say that there's no end game, but no one ever talks about the trait systems on the deviations, because I am still getting all the moonlit jewel deviations I need for the extra dimensional cats. I actually wasn't really worried about it. I was just kind of like throwing in a random cat and be like, I like the orange one, and then I was like, well, actually, if I remember correctly, you do need to be moonlit for it to actually combo very well together. So once again, we're gonna make sure that's set to 100, and we're gonna make sure that is set to, once again, full power. Very, very good. Go ahead and check this, 104. As you can see, all of these are doing their job. Everything has just been consistently going up. These will stay at 100% power. I'm never gonna have to refresh the thing again on any of the ones that I did actually get set up here. So the H37 setup needs an entirely different deviation. I guess the final thing I'm going to do is go check at the vendors, but I do believe this is about the end of the video. Hopefully this has been helpful once again. Now here's the other thing. There are actually a good handful of negative traits like Lazy Bones, holding the team back, and all sorts of other perks that you absolutely do not want on your Silver Gentleman or the Moonlit Jewels. Once again, negative and positive traits linked down below, but I do believe that's about all you need to know when it comes to the traits for these. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I might leave a little bit of vendor shopping. Hopefully we can find some Moonlit Jewel cats in here at all. I'm honestly kind of worried about it, because yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a difficult thing. I usually like using the boxes to get them, and I hate that I have so many that are locked to this account because I don't have any T-points for this account. But with that being said, go ahead and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and keep it beast. mode.